Hello internet, it's B. My lighting really sucks today because the weather has been terrible, and I have survived yesterday's hangover, kicked up my face, got my nails done, and we are going to talk about love.
A secret that nobody knows.
In my 21 years of life, I have experienced 5 types of love, and I want to talk about them today. First, the first love. That one is the hardest to let go of. You will always have a weak spot for that person in your life. If you have lost your virginity to them, that's even worse. For me, losing my virginity was a pretty huge deal back in the day, and I had really hard time just letting go of that person and that relationship. But yeah, it's the first love, and it's the one that really makes you weak. Second, the right love. Now, this is like a long-time relationship that you've been in, and you feel like you should really love the person because you have been together for so long, and maybe they are treating you very well, or not even that, but you have been in that relationship so long, and you feel like you are supposed to really love the person. That one doesn't last. It really doesn't. And that brings me to number 3. Physical love. Now, that's a person that you are so attracted to that you just have to keep thinking about them. And that eventually fucks your relationship up with your right love. You just can't stop thinking about them, and you really feel like you gotta have them. You feel like even thinking about that person is like cheating, and it really fucks up your relationship. So you leave the person and then you hook up with them. And that happened to me, actually. I have hooked up with the guy, and then suddenly all the feelings that I thought I had were gone. Just poof. It was gone. So that's physical love. It's not even love, because it's lust mistaken for love. Number 4, platonic love. Now, we've all had crushes. We did. And that's the kind of person that you feel like you are really connected to. You try to have as much similar interest as them, but it never really goes into anything romantic. Or maybe it does, but at that moment it's purely platonic. Number 5, big love. Now, that's the kind of love that you always thought that was possible only in TV shows, like Damon and Elena, Chuck and Blair, Carrie and Mr. Big, etc., etc. It's the kind of love that just shakes you to the core. It really consumes you, makes you question everything that you believed in about love. You can't shake the person off. And it's really messy and complicated, but it's also real. It's probably the most real thing that you will ever feel in your young life. I can't really talk about what happens after. I'm only almost 21. What the fuck do I know? It's really complicated. And it may take years to actually revolve into something more, in a relationship or something. It doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship straightforward. There are some reasons why that's not right at the moment, and that makes it complicated. But this kind of love also makes you much stronger. Your first love makes you weak, and this one makes you so strong. There might come a point in that relationship where you have to let that person go. And doing that may be one of the hardest things that you ever have to do. But once you do it, you will realize your self-worth, how strong you are, and just stuff. It really makes you strong. And it also makes you believe that if 2 people are meant to be together, eventually they'll find a way back. If it's meant to be, it will happen. If it's not, you will move on. There are seriously only two options. What can happen? And you either move on or you end up together. So if you are going through something like this, just let it go. Focus on yourself. You do you. Just spend some time with your friends. Go on a trip that you always wanted to take. Start a project that you wanted to start. Just do whatever makes you happy. And trust me that at one point in life, you will realize that you don't need a guy to be happy. I do believe that you first have to love yourself before you can love somebody else. So just work on yourself and everything will be okay in the end. And if it's not okay now, then it's definitely not the end. Well, maybe there's a type 6, the love of your life, but I don't think that we can say who is the love of our life until we have lived our life. Maybe one day when I'm like 80, I will go and say like, oh, he was the love of my life. I met him when I was 30. Whatever. This is all I know right now about love. Those are the 5 types that I've experienced. And not every relationship is meant to be. Some relationships are just meant to end. If you need to cry, just cry. Because as my queen Sia said, big girls cry when their hearts are breaking. If you feel like you need to cry, just cry, get it out of your system, and everything will be better. That's my message to you. This video was very deep and really positive in the end. So, yeah. That's all from me from today. If you like this video, if you would like to see more 5 types of something, I will be definitely doing them pretty much every Friday. Sometimes Fridays will be for story times, but if you enjoyed this, just please subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. I will be very happy to read this. Share this with your friends if somebody is going through a breakup right now. Like some of your friends like going through breakup, heartbreak, anything. Just show them this video and maybe it will help. So, until then, I will see you on Tuesday. Bye.